Hi, everybody. Welcome to Wake Up Well for our Easter Saturday devotions during Holy Week. I'm going to read to us from Luke chapter 23, starting at verse 53. Then Joseph of Arimathea took the body down from the cross and wrapped it in a long sheet of linen cloth and laid it in a new tomb that had been carved out of the rock. This was done late on Friday afternoon, the day of preparation, as the Sabbath was about to begin. As his body was taken away, the women from Galilee followed and saw the tomb where the body was placed. Then they went home and prepared spices and ointments to anoint his body. But by the time they were finished, the Sabbath had begun, and so they rested, as was required by the law. They rested. The women who had been up all night and all day, whose hearts had been ripped apart, whose eyes had been full of tears, rested. Silence is golden, isn't it? But silence can also be problematic and quite difficult to hold for any length of time. It can be quite a challenge. Our lives are geared around action. You know, we love do, don't we? We like to keep ourselves busy. We like to keep things holding our attention. We keep our heads full and our hands busy, and they keep away the darker thoughts. It can paper over the cracks in our lives, the cracks which become only too clear if we take the time to look beneath the surface. Today is Easter Saturday. That is not just a stepping stone to Easter Sunday. Jesus is in a freshly prepared tomb. Death has come to the Saviour. Disappointment has come to his disciples. Utter confusion is filling the heads of those who once walked in faith and joy, and they followed the Messiah around the area, watching him perform incredible miracles. And so, as I say, Easter Saturday is an important day in itself. It's not simply a stepping stone to Easter Sunday and all the joy and the celebration. There is a place for waiting in the silence. There is a place for the silence of what we cannot see. For holding before our eyes, and most importantly before God, the gaps, the cracks, the failures, the disappointment, our unfulfilled longings, our unmet desires, the pain of loss, the loss of love. There's a place to hold them. In short, the everyday realities of life. Life is joyful and life is suffering. So today we are going to hold a space for a lament. A lament is a way of speaking out some of the feelings, the emotions that accompany these kind of experiences and realities in everyday life. And we find as we do that Jesus embodies all of these. He embraces all of these as well. He is both the risen Saviour and he is the God of the gutter. And ultimately he walks with us and for us through it all. So here's the interesting thing. Our faith doesn't collapse because it's a day of lament, or it's Easter Saturday, or we are real about some of the struggles that we have in life. Actually, our faith gets stronger as we learn to lean towards God in lament in the hardest times. God builds up the foundations of our faith and our trust in him. That's certainly been my experience. He walks with us because in the words of Isaiah in chapter 53, Jesus himself was despised and rejected, a man of sorrows, acquainted with deepest grief. And so today I'm going to conclude with some words of lament, words which end in hope. We're going to hear Easter is coming, but today we will sit in silence. And so let's hear the words of Psalm 31. I've chosen a few of the verses from that. Just to encourage you, perhaps you want to close your eyes, just relax for a moment. And this is a prayer, and this is a lament to the Lord. Have mercy on me, Lord, for I am in distress. Tears blur my eyes. My body and soul are withering away. I am dying from grief. My years are shortened by sadness. Sin has drained my strength. I am wasting away from within. I am scorned by my enemies and despised by my neighbours. Even my friends are afraid to come near me. When they see me on the streets, they run the other way. I am ignored as if I were dead, as if I were a broken pot. I've heard the many rumours about me, and I am surrounded by terror. My enemies conspire against me, plotting to take my life. But I am trusting you, O Lord, saying, you are my God. My future is in your hands. So, before Easter dawns, we can bring our lament to the Lord. And we say, you are my God. My future is in your hands. And I bless you this day.